Ladies and gentlemen, back with another one. This is not quite an unboxing. It's an well, I guess it's an unboxing without the box. I just got this the other day. Thought I would go over it real quick with you guys. And a special shout out to Judith and Dan for the suggestion on the lure. First things first, we're gonna look at the boards I got. I got some sliver things or whatever you want to call them. Oh gosh, what do they call them? I'll call them dowels, but they're dowels. A couple dowels for the muskrat boards. Got 6 of them. Oh, well, I really need 6 muskrat boards right now. We picked up another 220s RBG here. One of my favorite traps are the 220s, just because they're so universal here in Oregon. And yeah. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear about the guy that bet me $1,000 that I won't get 14 rats this season? Technically, he said rats. He never said what kind. I already got 14 rats up there, so technically I win. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say muskrats, because it was on a muskrat video. But yeah, he's trying to bet me. He's never going to pay me, but it's just kind of funny. I'll take the challenge, even though I'm not going to get paid. I don't take challenges lightly. So there's the 220 RBG. They have a nice swivel on it. Swivel there, a swivel here. The Blyles don't have a swivel here. They have a cable loop here and a swivel here. So these are a little nice. They have a swivel on both ends. At F&T, these are more expensive than Blyles right now. But they're great traps. Buy them up. Then special shout out to the lure. Well, I'm off camera again, but go figure. Over here, I got this Welch's High Production Lures and Baits. Castor Blaster, ladies and gentlemen. Castor Blaster. It's a minty castory beaver lure. Definitely has a good smell, hint of mint in there. Definitely like the smell of this mint. It's different than Trapper J's. Trapper J's is more of like a wintergreen mint. This is more spearmint flavored. Spearmint, castor, and there's some, I know there's other ingredients in there. There might be some poplar oil, because I smell the poplar oil. Oh, it smells so good. Definitely a winner in my book. Haven't used it yet, but I know it's going to be a winner. Because whenever you have mint, which is a universal attractor, and castor is pretty much a universal attractor. Use castor, you attract just about any land animal and water animal. Use mint, you attract just about any land animal or water animal that is that you can trap. Now, mint can be used to deter certain animals, but not necessarily the animals you want to trap. So, mint and castor, top of the line stuff. You always want to have a mint, you always want to have a castor. And if you mix the two, that's good. And then you put a couple other kick ingredients in, and that's always a positive and a good thing. That's my experience with leg holds. When I was doing leg holds and castor mounds, all my experience was leg holds and castor mounds when I first started. We caught tons of animals. I mean, we whacked them. But we used backbreaker a bit. It worked. But when we brought the mint and castor lure out that we made, a little bit of poplar oil in there and some other ingredients, it worked twice as well. It doubled the productivity level of the backbreaker. So, and I'm always looking for a castor and mint lure that works better than the backbreaker. And the castor mint is a combination that is the castor is a good powerful ingredient, and the mint is a good piercing ingredient to get the sin out there. They're both kind of piercing ingredients, so it has a long distance smelling effect to it. And if I was going to tell you to use something in the predator set, it would be a mint and castor. Maybe a skunk lure is optional, but then obviously a good bait like a Trapper J's predator. She Trap's Heartbreaker, and then put like a mint and castor in there. So put a Welch's or a Trapper J's in there. Something that has a mint, because that attracts predators, and the castor attracts predators. It's a twofold attraction thing that brings them in 2 different smells. Of course, then you got the poplar in there, oil in there, which helps more with the water animals and beaver, which has a 3rd attractant. So there's a bit of everything. But usually you want something more, not just a single attractant. You don't want just castor. You want something that has a multi-level attractant to it. So it has multi-curiosities to them. It's just the same curiosity. It's going to be alright, but it's not going to be that extra punch that you want. So like I said, I've always had good luck when it came to leg holds. I had better luck with the leg holds when it came to mint and castor than I did the backbreaker that just seemed like a castory sweet smell. And it didn't do as well. The Castor lure that I had a real strong Castor smell and a real strong mint smell. And I think the mint was a little stronger, but it definitely had a strong smell of both. And man, did it work good. It worked fantastic. This one, this Welch's, is closer to the mint lure I made, but it's not quite the same. Like I said, it had a good, strong smell of both, but you could definitely distinctively smell the mint, and then it blended so well with the Castor that you can smell the Castor too, but it's such a good blend together that it just made it a bulletproof lure. I don't sell them. When I have a Castor and I make it properly and I grind them up instead of just using the Castor itself, I make the mint, put the mint in there, I put the Castor in there, I put some other stuff in there, and then the poplar oil, and then that's what I use. But man, did it work twice as good as Backbreaker. I know people are going to be like, no, Backbreaker's the best. Yeah, we thought so too, and we had good results with it. And then we started putting the mint lure out, and we started catching more. We had less refusals, we had less stomped mounds and misses, we had more commitments, more trapped animals. And the trapped animals were beaver. They weren't like raccoons and all that stuff. I'm talking strictly beaver catches. It was a killer combo. So for the rest of my life, I'm always going to be looking for a mint and Castor lure. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And I've had the best success with it. So it's something that I look for. And special shout out again to Judith and Dan Davis. They have a YouTube channel. Check them out. Judith and Dan Davis for the suggestion of Welch's High Production Lures and Baits. It's a Castor Blaster, it's called. Castor Blaster right there. I know it's inverted a little bit. Castor, you can see it says Castor Blaster. It's a bit inverted, but that's what it is. And definitely something I'll check out. I usually buy the 1 ounce sizes. I don't buy 4 ounces. This is a bit too much for me. I like to spend money and get as much as I can with it while getting quality. So I usually buy the 1 ounces and 1 ounce and buy some other stuff. So that's why I bought the 1 ounce and then the trap and some dowels. Want a little bit of everything that I needed. When I finally get everything I need, I'm going to start buying the big sizes. But, you know, I've always tried to maximize my money and maximize what I get. Maximize what I get with my money and maximize the quality. And that's what I do. That's why I got a small size of lure, a trap, and some dowels. Because I needed the dowels, I needed another trap, and I needed the lure. Needed the dowels, got the trap, and wanted to try the lure. So if I want to do that, like I said, buy a trap, buy some lures, then throw a lure in, or dowel and throw some lures in there, or throw a safety in there and lures in there. Throw something else in there. Just something that I do. I usually try to spend just $40 a week, try to get something. And this is what I bought this time, is the Welch's Castor Blaster, the RBG 220 here, which the triggers actually come straight down. They come straight down. I bend them out like this, give it a little more, have less avoidance necessarily on land. But I'll use it in the water just like that and it'll be fine. Has less avoidance that way on land. Because in my opinion, they get their nose through there. They get their nose through this here a bit better. And then they're more committed when they're going through some of the animals. Now, obviously you can use pans, which are going to work even better for less avoidance. But I think the wide part here is a little bit better for the nose when they go through. And they can set it off. Raccoons especially. Now, if it's straight down, it's going to hit them right in the nose. They're going to know something's there before they're already committed, and then they have issues. When it's down like this, they're committed. Their head's halfway through, so they're going to continue to go through the trap. They're halfway through the hole. They're going to continue to go with their head. Whereas if they hit it on their nose, they're going to turn around and leave. It's out. Basically, what I'm saying is if they hit it with their nose when it's straight down, it's let me get this straight here. It's out in front of them, so it's in front of their line of sight. So they're going to have more of a chance to avoid it. It's out here for them instead of here, and so out here, they're going to bump it and avoid it. If it's here, they're already committed. It's almost to their eyes, and they're going through it already. They're like, no, I'm already through it. I'm going to go through it. So there's better commitment that way. That's why I like them a little spread out. I like them kind of like out and then down. Something I found with the beaver traps, too, the beaver conibears. If you do it out like this and then down, you have a better chance to catch them. You get better results. I've had them straight down. I've had okay results in deep runs, but something about them when they can swim up to it and see it, when it's out like this and down, it's better results. It's better results. They just don't turn away from it as much. Then the round trap too, the round part of it is not square, so it's more natural. It's like a more natural hole. It fits the outline of the holes. If you're going to put a hole in the bank, it fits the outline, so there's less avoidance. Whereas if it's square, something square there, it's hard to get in an actual hole because in nature there's no squares, there's no straight lines, in other words. So the round part goes right in the hole. Square you'd have to put on the outside of the hole and then cut it out, and it doesn't look right. It looks funky. Whereas round you just put in there and be done. So round's better for nuisance work, less avoidance. I got a bunch of round runs. I got more round runs coming. In Oregon, you can run 220s at land or in the water. 280s, you're allowed to set on the edge of the water, but as soon as the water goes down, you have to move them to deeper water. Okay, if you set a 330 on the water's edge and it becomes on land, it is illegal at that point, and you are not allowed to move it to make it legal again. You can make it 280 legal again after it's out of the water, but you cannot do that with a 330. That is an odd law in Oregon, and it's a stupid law. But it's basically to try to prevent people put 330s on water's edge. So, but if a 280's on the water's edge, you can move it back to deep water and it'll be fine, or at water's edge where the water actually moved to, and it'll be legal. It's legal to move that 280. It's not legal to move the 330 once it's on dry land. You're getting if he comes up and says that, and he says you need to move it, you're getting a ticket. If he comes up and sees a 280 on land after being on water's edge, you can move it and not get a ticket. So there's that. That's a weird law too. 220s can be anywhere you want them. Land, water, anywhere. You can put them at the top of the tree if you want, just for shits and giggles. All right. It's obviously not a top tree because you're not going to catch a bird. You're not bird trapping, but still. It's just an exaggeration to make a point. Yeah, Castor Blast is a good lure. I like it. Definitely check it out. If you guys have any other suggestions for mint and castor smelling lures that predominantly mint and castor, please comment below. I want to try them all. I got a big bag full of lures over there. I want to try them all. I want to try all mint and castor smelling lures. If you make a mint and castor, send it to me. I'll try it. I want to use them. I want to use them. See, I haven't started fully trapping yet. It is coming January. I'm getting so excited. We brought a raccoon home the other day, and my God, you should have saw me jumping up and down like a little girl. I was so excited. I was so excited, like adrenaline pumping excited. Super stoked. Like unbelievably excited. And my dad looked at me and was like, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I'm excited. I'm so excited. You know, like I'm so excited." He just looked at me like, "Something's wrong with you." And I'm like, "No, I'm excited." So I was just super excited, but I'm getting super, super pumped for getting the traps out there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Only thing sucks that I'm going to only trap for a month and a half, but I got next year, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up. But yeah, check out the Welch's. The RBGs are great lures. Oops. Once again, my stand falls. The RBGs are great lures. Now, here's the down low on this. I bought these, right? These beef after I bought the round dowels here. I bought the round dowels. No, I bought these before. Then we went out that same day in the evening and bought round dowels. But I like the round dowels a little better. They work. These are all right. I don't like the fact that they're pointed here and then they come up down here. I like them if they were about the middle width all the way, but that's where the dowels come in. The dowels are solid length, so it keeps the whole pellet off up to a certain point, the whole way from the mouth to the tail, and it keeps everything up. So therefore, everything's there's more gaps. So when I pull it off, it's easier to pull off. If it's angled like this and you stick it in, there's less pressure here and more pressure here, so that you're not having the equal pull in the pellet. So when you pull it out, there's not equally the looseness, or the pellet is not equally loose. So I don't like necessarily that they're narrow here. I wish they're all at middle length all the way across, but that is what it is. With you get middle length all the way across, and just do the very end narrow down. But I don't like the fact that it's real narrow here and real tall here. I don't like that. It is what it is. It's wood, man. It's wood. It is wood. I can cut them. I can do whatever I want. I can glue them. I can do whatever I want with them. I took wood craft stuff in high school. I know how to do all that stuff. That stuff smells good, though, that Castor Blaster. Once again, thank you for Judith and Dan for the suggestion of Castor Blaster from Welch's. Once again, if you guys have any suggestions on mint and Castor beaver lures, let me know below. I want to try them. Comment below. Email me at Anthonyrubeooutdoors, same as my username, outdoors, @gmail.com. You can email me there. If you want to send me something, get a hold of me in an email. I'll reply right back. I usually check that email every once in a while. Every couple days I check it. I'll get right back to you. Send me your lures. Send me what you want to try, and I'll go out there and try them. I'll put them out. I'll show you the results. I'll show you the results with them. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm just going to take your lures and not show you anything. I'm going to use this stuff. When it comes to trapping, I'm going to put the stuff out there. I'm going to show you where I put it. And then when I come back and there's something in there, I'm going to show you what's in there. So, and I'm going to point out that it's in your lure. Because I want to give you credit. Because I'm not into this type of stuff where someone says, here, use this. And then I'm not the type of person that wants to take everything from somebody, I'd rather give all my stuff away to somebody and help them than take all their stuff. I'm a giver, I'm not a taker, if that makes sense. So, like, I have a friend that wants a couple pelts. I'm just going to give him a couple pelts. I mean, he's a young kid, I'll just give them to him. If his dad wants pelts, I'll give them to him. I'm a giver, I'm not a taker. I hate being the person that takes everything because I feel really bad about it. I feel horrible. But, yeah. Especially asking for stuff, it's so horrible. It's a little easier when you're talking to a camera and talking to the audience here because you're not physically here. But person to person, it's hard to ask for stuff. But I will give you all the credit in the world. Like I'm giving Judith and Dan for the credit for this one. Judith and Dan Davis on YouTube. Check them out. Great trappers in Mississippi, I'm pretty sure. Missouri, Mississippi, down in there. But, pretty sure Missouri. But great trappers. They suggest this because they knew I'd like it. And they are absolutely right. It's a killer smell. Like I said, I'll do it again. Castor, poplar, and mint. Mainly mint and castor, but there's a little undertone of poplar. I can smell it in there. There's something else that I'm not putting my finger on. It's probably a special ingredient that they come up with. But have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share this out there. Tell your friends. And I'm going to get those 14 rats, Dan. I'm going to get those 14 rats. Not Dan and Judith and Dan, the other Dan that just bet me $1,000 that I won't give 14 rats. I already got 14 rats, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, give him the power here and be like, I'm going to give you 14 muskrat. Make it harder on myself. But have a good one, guys.